Boop. All right. Right, so I did a little e-collar training with him. This is the first time like having a lot of free time together with me pairing in the e-collar. It goes from 0 to 100 in increments of 1, and I have it on 10. When they're individual, I'm usually 5 or 6. 5 for Halen, 5 or 6. Toto more so 6 or 7. Because it's not like I didn't start the foundation with the e-collar, I'm only using it for recall and outs, just because we don't have as much time. Sorry, buddy. So I'm going to give them that cue first if they get amped up, and if they don't respond, then I will tap. The way this e-collar works is the black button goes to the black collar, red button goes to the red collar. Toto, I have the black, it doesn't really matter, you can switch it around. Helen has the red one. And you can only do one or the other. So if I need both of them, listen, I just kind of like double toggle that until they respond, right? So as soon as they respond to what I'm asking, then I just continue pressure and switch back to reward. Again, I've been feeding them their meals through training, so they're much more dependent on me. The idea there wasn't to make them hungry so that they would work. It just happened to be that they are hungry because they initially were refusing food in the anticipation that they could eat freely later. So I want them to just kind of understand that if they want the opportunity to eat, it's going to come from me. And if they refuse that opportunity, they have to wait until the next time that I offer it. And I've been kind of inconsistent as far as the time in which I feed them. So like some days it's in the afternoon like they're used to, some days it's in the middle of the day, or some days in the morning, and a lot of times it's a few smaller meals throughout the day, so that they get excited about when I have food to offer, which makes it less likely that they refuse food from me because I hold something that they need to survive essentially. So I don't want it to be like, oh, you're hungry and you're starving, so that's why you're taking this food from me, because then it really means that you have to depend on them being hungry, and if they're not hungry, then they're not going to take food. I want them to be like, oh, this is my chance to eat, because I'm not 100% sure when the next time that opportunity is happening again. So they were just in here right before I could record being crazy, so I did what I just said I was going to do, where I outed them, and now they're being really calm. I've also been spending a lot of time with them being calm around each other, because as soon as they see each other, they just get so overstimulated, especially if they're being restrained from one another. So like usually it's Deanna has one and I have the other. And they initially spent a lot of time staring at each other and making their sounds, their little whimperings, or whatever you want to call them. And it took a lot of effort, the existential feeding, to get them to want to participate with either one of us, me or Deanna. So now, every time they would break eye contact with the other and look at whoever their handler was, yes, I would mark and pay, right? So I made it a good thing that if they looked away from their sibling, that's how they would get food. Initially, that was the only requirement, was just look towards me, engage with me in the presence of your sibling. That's how you get food, and now I'm kind of upping it to where they actually have to do things, right? Right, come on guys. Yay! Wow, spicy. Toto, out. Oh, good girl, yes. I said the wrong name. You were being so good. I always do that with siblings. Halen, come. Yes. Good boy. Toto, up. Yes. Halen, up. Yes. Good boy. Toto, out. Yes. Wait and turn. Okay. Come on. It's not going to be a super exciting video because they've already gotten their yayas out. And this isn't meant to be like I'm punishing them and making them afraid to interact with each other. I just want a little bit more control. Dogs are super physical, so if I'm just fussing at them and having to use my vocalization to communicate with them, for them it's probably animating, making the situation more chaotic, because for dogs, vocalizations are much more like an emotional thing, right? So like barking excited, growling, I need space, whining, I need something, and so forth. So, Halen, out.